Guys, it's me, Brandon. I'm taking a battle against Elo, otherwise known as KwandaoRen66. He's streaming, and I decided to challenge him to a standard OU match. Looking at the team preview, he's packing Lander's T, Conqueror, Gardevoir, Magnezone, Tentacruel, and Smeargle. I'm really scared about Smeargle setting up the sticky web support. However, I have Latias to counter that. So I have a Reckless Manchow, I have Water Absorb, Seismitoad, I have Unburdened Sceptile, Mega Charizard X, Defensive Latias, and a mix Sweet Pikachu. And here's the playback. So I predicted him to lead off with either Lander's T or Smeargle, so I led off with Manchow, knowing that Manchow at this point outspeeds his team, not including for any Scarfers. So I decided to go for U-turn because it's the most optimal play for me because it gets me the best switch initiative, where if he switches out into something, I can easily go into something that checks whatever he brings in. So based on the fact that he switched into Lander's T, I'm going to go into Seismitoad to scare him out so I can get up my hazards and potentially get a Scald Burn on him. So right here, he's going to switch out, and he brings out Conqueror, which really kind of pushes my team in. However, I set up rocks because I need to get chip damage off on him as soon as possible. I go for knockoff, hoping that he would switch out, fearing a Scald Burn. However, he has guts, so I don't know why I thought he would switch out. So now I go for Scald, trying to burn him so I could get residual damage on him. And I learned not only from his held item and from his moves that he's made so far that he's specially defensive, Drain Punch, Mach Punch, Ice Punch, and Knockoff Conqueror, basically the standard. So I go into Charizard to preserve my Seismitoad for fodder later, and I'm going to go for Dragon Dance here. I decided to Mega here in case he had a rock move of any sort on Conqueror. However, based on his moves, or based on his item and his EV spread, his best move to hit me with is either Ice Punch or Drain Punch. I would have gone for Drain Punch, but he got the freeze. And at first, I was kind of mad, but then I realized I had Flare Blitz, so I didn't have anything to worry about when I got frozen. So here I take him clean out, and I was expecting to die from recoil. However, I live on 1, which is really magnificent because then I can hit something else really hard. So he brings in Lander's T to get the Intimidate on me to lower my attack back to +0, and I decided to go Flare Blitz here because two of his things, Gardevoir and Magnezone, aren't really hit that hard by Outrage, and I just decided to sack Charizard X because it was the most I could do with 1 HP because Landorus was going to knock him out otherwise, and I didn't want to waste the fact that Charizard X hits really hard. So I'm going to go into Pikachu here because I know Pikachu at this point still outspeeds everything, barring any Scarfers. I don't know. I didn't know if he had any Scarfers at this point, so I just decided to go into my Pikachu with knockoff. Here he goes into Tentacruel and makes a really good play. He baits me to go electric move, knowing that I have Lightning Rod, or hoping I have Lightning Rod. And he goes into Gardevoir with Trace, and I make the mistake of going for a very predictable electric type move. I wanted to go for Volt Switch because I know from experience that Tentacruel is really specially bulky and would most likely survive a uninvested Volt Switch from a Pikachu. So here I decided to go for knockoff because it's my best move. It's if he switches out, then I knock an item off, and he stays in. It's the move that does the most damage, and then he's gonna knock me out, regardless of that special attack boost I gave him, Pikachu can't take a hit for anything. So I go into Sceptile, knowing that Sceptile outspeeds everything on his team, except for Magnezone at this point, because I didn't know it wasn't Scarfed, but I thought in my mind it would be Scarfed. So I just went for Energy Ball because it KOs the Gardevoir, and it hits everything without any resistances besides Magnezone. I didn't know why he didn't bring out Magnezone earlier, but we have this exchange of Protect Stalling and all this other stuff, and he's gonna go for Rapid Spin here, just trying to get rid of any residual damage and chip damage I can get on any of his Pokemon at this point, because he's switching out a lot and he's taking a lot of hazards damage. So Sceptile takes a measly 10 damage from that Rapid Spin. He's gonna Protect Stall again, and I predict the Protect, so instead of wasting a potential Leaf Storm, I use Energy Ball. And then predicting Sludge Bomb initially, I switched out in the Seismitoad as fodder, but he goes for the Ice Beam, which is another good coverage move to have on Tentacruel. I went in Seismitoad because it was the best thing to take a hit, and at this point, Landorus Therian was gone, so I could go safely into Latias. I'm going to go for Psyshock here, and at first, he must have thought I was the standard Specs Latias, max speed, timid. However, I'm running defensive, pure defensive defog support Latias. And then he's gonna find that out here when Smeargle outspeeds and gets off his Sticky Web. And then he's gonna put me to sleep. And at this point, I'm just frantically clicking defog in order to get rid of Sticky Web, because I need Sceptile to outspeed Mega Gardevoir, because Mega Gardevoir at this point will sweep me. So he gets up his hazards, and then he goes for this interesting fourth move. I don't see why I didn't expect Endeavor to be a good move for Smeargle. It's really good because a lot of people just stay in on it and try to take it out, and because of how weak its defenses are, it can lower its opponent's HP to its current HP stat, or HP amount, and that's a really good coverage move. So I finally wake up and get off my defog, and here I have two choices: switch out, predicting Sticky Web, or stay in and put some, or let Latias go to sleep, knowing that he would want to put me to sleep. So I sleep fodder my Latias because at this point it doesn't hit Gardevoir really hard because it's not invested in special attack, and Magnezone resists both my stab moves. So I switch out into Sceptile, predicting the Sticky Web because he needs that in order for Mega Gardevoir to outspeed me and take him out. So I go for Energy Ball to finish off the Smeargle, and he's going to go right into Magnezone. And at this point, I know that the game is pretty much mine. However, I missed this Focus Blast, and he sets up a sub. So I'm really scared that he's gonna just not get hit by my Focus Blast. However, I hit this Focus Blast and hit the sub, and I was scared of him going for another substitute. However, he just goes for a super effective Hidden Power. I don't know whether or not it's Ice or Fire, but it's super effective. I go for another Focus Blast, hoping I don't miss, and luckily I don't miss, and I connect. So all he has left is a Mega Gardevoir at 10 to 20% HP, so I'm pretty comfortable. And just for style points, I wanted to finish off with the Leaf Storm. However, realistically, I should have just gone for the safe Energy Ball because I have a good special attack stat and everything. But I win the match, and it was a really good game, Elo, and I hope to battle you and other YouTubers in the future.